Alright guys, this is what I've come up with for my welding service skid. Now this is going to be able to come in and out of the back of the truck. So I can set it on the ground, use the truck as a truck, put it in the back of another truck, whatever. This is getting mocked up. This is 1.5-inch pipe. It's going to get swapped out with 2-inch skid 40 for the ladder rack. Right now 3'5" between the boxes. Measured up my portable welder. So the welder is going to sit in here on this side. This way you can access it from the driver's side. This is going to get cut off right there, which is 1 inch short of the front of the box. This is like 8'2" from front to tailgate. So there's going to be 1 inch of clearance here on the front, 1 inch of clearance at the rear. I got this marked out. This is where the toolbox ends up coming straight down. So I'll end up putting a support from there to the other side of this box here. I got 18 inches of space for the welder. I need 17 for mine. Left 3 inches of space for the ladder rack because the 2-inch pipe goes by ID, tube goes by OD. So 2-inch pipe, skid 80 or skid 40 is actually 2 3/8 OD. So that'll give me, ½ inch or so of clearance between here and the edge of the pipe. And to get that to work, for this to be a slide out skid, I'm gonna come up 45 it again up in the vertical, so it'll match the rear. Right now there's 4 foot from the outside of this to the outside of this. The width between the wheel wells is 4 foot 1.5 inches, so that gives me 3/4 of an inch on either side. Now I'm going to run a piece of 4-inch channel, full length, front to rear on both sides, and then I'll run another piece of 4-inch from here all the way over to the other side, and then here on the rear there's going to be about a ½ inch of clearance between this bump out for the stake pocket and the other part of the ladder rack. And then I'll run a piece of 4-inch from there all the way across to down here, and then I'll keep this, ½ 3/4 of an inch off and run it up to there and back over square and tie back into the 8-foot run here. And then along with that, that'll give me a spot right here to mount the acetylene bottle. That'll be standing upright down underneath here. underneath this toolbox, I'm going to mount an oxygen bottle. Now I got to figure out how exactly I'm going to do that yet. But by keeping the oxygen bottle down here, it leaves this area open for transporting materials or whatever you need to transport. And then for the floor, I got a 5x10 sheet of flat plate I'm going to cut up, lay that down, and the channel iron is going to lay on top of it. Now I'm doing a perimeter and channel iron because of the ladder rack. If you throw material up on top of that ladder rack, you don't want, point loading, right? So by putting a piece of flat plate down on the whole thing and then welding the channel iron on there, I'm just going to stitch it like 3 inches every 6 inches or something. That'll stiffen that up and it'll transfer the load from the ladder rack down on the entire bed of the floor. So the welder is going to end up being, so what was this? So we go from the front there to there, we're at 22 inches. Alright, so 22 inches. Ends up must be a whole lot of grease and oil on the bed of this thing. This is the box off that 1-ton chassis I'm redoing. 2. So roughly right there is where that welder is going to sit. And then I'm going to go out buying some collapsible pipe jack stands. And I'll probably put another piece of channel iron down across and in through there and make rods, because the pipe stands will fold up and take up about an 8x8 inch space. So 42 inches, you could get 5 stand-up pipe stands in here that are the foldable type. And then you can see where the old E-track was. And I'm going to end up going out and buying one more piece of E-track. And I'm going to end up making a 3-inch angle iron frame to go all the way around this toolbox support. And I'm going to slide first piece of E-track down so it's spread between the 3-inch angle iron and the toolbox, and I'll end up putting another one up here at the top. So this way, if I need to transport other bigger items I got to stand up, I can still tie them down. And then I'll take the other two smaller pieces of E-track I have, those there, and I'll bolt them, one here and one up here at the top. This way I can strap the acetylene bottle in. And I'll have to weld another stand from here down, which may end up being farther over, and I might do that out of a piece of channel iron coming down, so when you strap the acetylene bottle in, it'll kind of cradle it. And then 300 size oxygen bottle is 5 feet long. So we're at 6'6". And that welder, I think that was right around 42 inches long. Well, that's the idea anyways. It'll still give me a bunch of storage up under here. I may take some tube steel and weld it on top of the channel iron here so I can mount a vise and have a vise be able to pull out. But it definitely gives you a lot of options of how to mount stuff yet. And I've got an idea for a third toolbox that I can't do until I get these boxes permanently mounted in here in the welder, so I know what kind of clearance I have to work with. And that'll probably end up being a shop built box. And then these boxes were narrow, 14.5 inches. Thinking about widening these out to at least 16 inches. Maybe 16.5. And that'll give me a 2-inch overhang out here, which I may move it up to 3 inches. We eyeball down the side of this. 3 inches kind of puts us right in place with the factory wheel well opening. So I widen that out 2 inches and then move the boxes out another inch. We're going to go from 3'5" to 3'7" width opening. But anyways, that's a tentative idea. I got some other stuff I got to finish. Sometimes I got project ADD and I can't spend all my time on one project. I get kind of bored with it. But so far, this is what I'm thinking. Hopefully you guys are going to find this to be rather interesting. I've worked out of a truck that was built similar to this past summer. Very good idea. Very modular. So I hope you guys are looking forward to this build as much as I am. Hopefully it'll open up some other ideas for other people and possibilities for you. But as always, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it.